Okay, friends, so the next discourse is on the out-of-body experience. The out-of-body experience in Pali was called Manomaya, and if you recall, I mentioned it on the lecture on the fruit of the contemplative life. So the Buddha recognized it as the fruit of the or one of the fruit of the contemplative life. And it just so happens the out-of-body experience is also described in the Yoga Sutras under the chapter Pala, which also refers to the fruit of the contemplative life. So what is an out-of-body experience? To me, the salient points in an out-of-body experience is that one is wholly unaware of one's physical body in physical surroundings. Two, the experience has to be absolutely lucid, at least as lucid as waking reality, and in most cases people describe it as being hyper-real. An out-of-body experience does not necessarily have to have the experience of leaving the body, although in most cases people do have that sensation of leaving the body. Most often the out-of-body experience happens just as the person is going to sleep. And it typically happens when somebody is at a meditation retreat. And it's the product of having been doing a lot of meditation and then let's say maybe on the 5th or 6th night of a meditation retreat, one zips out of one's body. And once one is out of the body, one can do anything. One can walk around the room that one's body is in. One can actually pass through the walls, walk around the property where the building is, or one can fly like a bird over the buildings and over the treetops. But there's really no limit. One can fly into the clouds. One can fly into space and fly around, in space, visit the orbiting satellites, or one can travel to another planet or to the moon, or one can fly through the sun because the sun is not going to cause harm to one's body. One can fly through a black hole if one wants to, because again the black hole cannot do harm to one's body. One can fly to the opposite side of the galaxy even, and one is not going to get lost out of the body either. There's a lot of fears that people have around the out-of-body experience, and most of those fears are groundless. For instance, one, as I said, cannot get lost because when one is ready to go back, one wants to be back in the body like that. And if, let's say, one is having difficulty for some reason getting back to the body, all you just have to do is recall some part of the body. For instance, if you've been practicing breathing meditation, and just remember your breath meditation or the sensation of the breath, and that will instantly bring you back to the body. Once out of body, then one can encounter other beings. And those other beings, to me, the out-of-body experience is, let's say, the collective unconscious. So one can, when out of body, can encounter other people that are in the, quote, collective unconscious. So some of those people may be asleep and out of body and not know that they're out of body, or some of them could actually be consciously out of the body, or they could be disembodied spirits whose body is dead. And, some people have a tremendous fear about encountering the dead in their afterlife. Most of the time it's no difficulty, but sometimes it can be a problem. And the problem only is if the individual, let's say, has gone to a hellish domain. Then while you're out of body and you might be visiting that individual, well, that means you're going to be in their hellish domain. And the only thing I would recommend is at that time, let's hope that you develop a lot of equanimity, because the hellish domains are hellish for a reason. And let's say they can be as hellish as unimaginably hellish. Okay, so what else do we need to know about the out-of-body experience? It's normal and it's natural for a contemplative to have out-of-body experiences. The Christian contemplative term for an out-of-body experience is a rapture, and as I said, one can go anywhere. You know, my preference is, instead of going to hell and visiting the people in hell or purgatory, why not go to heaven and visit the people in heaven? The Christians believe in a heaven, while the Hindus believe in something they call Akasha, and they don't call those people in Akasha angels, they call them Devas. But if you read between the lines, a Deva is an angel, and heaven is Akasha. They're one and the same. And you can go there if you want, or you can travel beyond heaven if you'd like. There are dimensions beyond heaven, and there's no reason why you can't experience those dimensions. And I'll just leave you with one thought, that the fifth samadhi, which is beyond the fourth jhana, is the out-of-body experience. The term Akasha appears in that term, and I'll discuss that more when I talk about the immaterial domains. Thank you very much. That's all I have to say on the out-of-body experience for now. Just to remember, it's normal and natural for a contemplative to have an out-of-body experience. Thank you.